3 friends, 1 apartment, a crazy idea. That's how Airbnb began. It was a time of uncertainty and creativity when necessity truly became the mother of invention.
The year was 2007. The world was on the verge of a financial crisis, and innovation was in the air. The tech industry was booming, but the cost of living in big cities was skyrocketing. Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia, 2 design school graduates, were living in San Francisco. Rent was expensive, they needed money, the pressure was on, and they had to think outside the box to make ends meet. A design conference came to town. All the hotels were booked. The city was buzzing with visitors, and finding a place to stay was nearly impossible. Brian and Joe saw an opportunity. They realized that a lot of people needed a place to stay, and they had some extra space. They decided to rent out air mattresses on their living room floor. It was a simple idea, but it had the potential to solve a big problem. They called it Air Bed and Breakfast. They even offered breakfast. This personal touch made their guests feel at home.
3 people rented a space. They became the first guests of what would become a global phenomenon. The friends made a little bit of money. Not much, but enough to pay some bills and give them hope. More importantly, they saw the potential for something bigger. They realized this simple idea could be scaled up to help people all over the world. People needed affordable places to stay. They wanted unique experiences. And so Airbnb was born. What started with air mattresses grew into a platform that connects travelers with unique accommodations around the world, revolutionizing the way we travel and experience the world.
Starting a business is hard. Starting a business like Airbnb was even harder. Investors were skeptical. Strangers sleeping in each other's homes? That's crazy, they said.
But Brian and Joe didn't give up. They believed in their idea. They joined Y Combinator, a prestigious startup accelerator. This was a turning point. Y Combinator gave them mentorship and guidance, and invested $20,000. It was the lifeline Airbnb needed.
They used the money to improve their website and attract hosts.
Airbnb needed to get the word out. Traditional advertising was too expensive, so they had to get creative. They designed custom cereal boxes. One said Obama O's, the other Captain McCain's. They sold them at political conventions. This quirky campaign got them noticed. It showed their energy and sense of humor. It also highlighted the platform's potential to bring people together.
But they didn't stop there. They organized meetups for hosts and guests. They encouraged people to share their Airbnb stories. Word of mouth became their most powerful marketing tool.
Airbnb started in San Francisco, but they knew they needed to expand. They targeted big cities with high hotel costs: New York, London, Paris. They went city by city, building trust and community. They adapted to local cultures. They translated their website. They worked with local governments to address regulations. Their global expansion was rapid. They tapped into a growing desire for authentic travel experiences.
People loved staying in local neighborhoods. They loved connecting with new people. Airbnb changed the way people traveled. Airbnb's growth was phenomenal. From humble beginnings, the company quickly transformed into a global giant. Millions of people were using the platform, finding unique places to stay and having unforgettable experiences. They booked accommodations all over the world, from bustling cities to secluded countryside retreats. Investors took notice of this meteoric rise.
In 2014, Airbnb raised a staggering $450 million in funding, a testament to its growing influence and potential. This massive influx of capital propelled their valuation to over $10 billion, catapulting them into the upper echelons of the tech world. They became a unicorn, a startup valued at over $1 billion, a rare and coveted status in the industry. It was a huge milestone, not just for Airbnb, but for the entire sharing economy. It cemented Airbnb's status as a tech giant, placing it alongside other Silicon Valley legends.
But it also brought new challenges. Rapid growth meant navigating a complex regulatory landscape and addressing safety concerns. They faced criticism over safety, regulation, and their impact on housing markets. Balancing innovation with responsibility became a critical focus for the company.
Airbnb was built on trust. Strangers were staying in each other's homes. It was a new concept. Safety was paramount.
Airbnb implemented safety measures. They verified user profiles. They introduced a secure messaging system. They offered a $1 million host guarantee.
They also faced regulatory hurdles. Some cities were wary of home sharing. Airbnb worked to address these concerns. They collaborated with policymakers. They provided data and analysis.
Airbnb is about more than just a place to stay. It's about experiences. It's about connecting with local cultures. It's about creating memories.
They launched Airbnb experiences. Locals could host unique activities, cooking classes, hiking trips, photography tours.
It broadened Airbnb's appeal. It attracted new users. It allowed hosts to share their passions. It deepened the connection between travelers and locals.
Chapter 8. The Pandemic Pivot. Adapting to a World in Lockdown. 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic hit the travel industry hard. Airbnb was no exception. They pivoted to focus on local travel. They promoted nearby getaways. They offered flexible booking options. They also supported their hosts. They provided financial assistance. They created resources to navigate the challenges of the pandemic. Chapter 9. The Triumphant Return. Airbnb's resurgence and continued growth. As the world reopened, Airbnb rebounded. People were eager to travel. They wanted safe and unique accommodations. Airbnb was a perfect fit. They saw a surge in bookings. Remote work allowed for longer stays. Families and companies sought spacious accommodations. Airbnb's revenue soared. They continued to innovate. They introduced new features like flexible destinations and work from anywhere filters. They adapted to the evolving needs of travelers. Chapter 10. The Future of Travel. Airbnb's Enduring Impact. Airbnb has transformed the travel industry. It empowered millions of people to become hosts. It provided travelers with affordable and authentic accommodations. It fostered cross-cultural connections. The company continues to evolve. They are investing in sustainability. They are addressing diversity and inclusion. They are shaping the future of travel. The Airbnb journey is far from over. But one thing is certain. They have left an indelible mark on how we explore the world. Chapter 11. A Legacy of Connection. More than just a place to stay. When you think of Airbnb, you might first picture a comfortable place to spend the night. But Airbnb is more than just a platform for booking accommodations. It's a gateway to new experiences and adventures. It's about forging meaningful connections. Whether it's sharing a meal with your host or making new friends from across the globe, Airbnb fosters a sense of community. It's about experiencing the world like a local. Imagine savoring home-cooked meals, learning local customs, and discovering hidden gems only the locals know about. It's about feeling at home anywhere in the world. From renting out air mattresses in a small apartment to becoming a global travel giant, Airbnb's story is truly remarkable. Airbnb's story is an inspiration. What started as a simple idea blossomed into a movement that has reshaped the way we travel. It shows the power of a simple idea, an idea that revolutionized the travel industry and created countless opportunities for people worldwide. It demonstrates the importance of community and human connection. In a world that often feels divided, Airbnb brings people together. Airbnb's legacy will be defined not just by its economic impact, but by the countless connections it has fostered around the globe. It has created a new way of thinking about travel and hospitality. It's not just about where you stay, but the people you meet and the experiences you share. It's these connections that make travel truly special. It's a testament to the idea that we are all connected, no matter where we come from or where we travel to. It makes the world feel a little smaller and a lot more welcoming. No matter where we come from or where we travel to, Airbnb reminds us that we are all part of a global community. It's a reminder that the world is full of possibilities and connections waiting to be made.